Okay, once again, very good morning to everyone. So today's topic is or another CPU scheduling algorithm is the priority scheduling. So priority scheduling is two types: non-preemptive mode and preemptive mode. Yes. So now in priority scheduling, out of all the available processes, CPU is assigned to the process having the highest priority. Again, I am repeat. This is the most important line out of all the available process, because in this uh, every time we are confusing. Suppose when arrival time is 0, so that time only one process is available in the ready queue, so that time we apply only one process. So in the so that's why just you note down this one: out of all the available process, so process are available is how we'll define when will that means according to arrival time. So when arrival time is 0, so that time only one process is there. Maybe any other process are there. Is not mandatory only. That means when arrival time is 0, then only one process is there. Maybe n number of processes are there. No issues. But generally, what are the problem we are solved already. So that time we already see some. That means that time we people are confusing. Suppose we are applying shortest job fast or round robin scheduling or any other uh, scheduling algorithm. So that time generally we confuse. So especially preemptive mode is the most important, because generally in our exam or competitive exam or your semester exam, most of the question will ask from preemptive mode. Okay, so that's why it's important. So in case of tie, it is broken by FCF scheduling. I think we know when two processes has same priority. So that time, which process will execute? Now, first come first scheduling apply. That means process P1, P2, P3. So will execute according to that basis. So better will solve the problem. Before that, what are the advantages? So I think when we'll solve the problem, that time your concept will more clear. But again, so it is consider the priority of the processes and allow the important process to run fast. And priority scheduling in preemptive mode is best suited for real-time operating system. These are the advantages, and disadvantages are processes with lesser priority may starve for CPU. That means when priority is lesser, so that time starvation problem may occur. So there is no idea of response time and waiting time in that case. So let's see better when we'll solve the numerical problem. So that time we can relate why this, what are the advantages and disadvantages. So let's take a problem. One problem is there. So now till now, what are the problem? Which uh, that means you saw last previous problem. Process ID, arrival time, and bus time. Only three things is given. But in this problem, because this is the priority scheduling, so here priority is given. So now maybe you can say what is that means how priority will decide which priority that is which process is priority more. So it depend on maybe suppose in this problem here mention higher number represent higher priority, but it's not necessary every time, because in your exam or especially competitive exam they mention lower number present highest priority maybe, because that time student will confuse. So just you that means this thing is already mentioned in your question paper. Highest here already mentioned higher number represent higher priority. So that means if you see here priority 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So which process has priority is more? That means here 5
Right.
5 yes higher number. So higher number represent the higher priority. ठीक है? So important point is this one. but maybe lower number represent highest priority. Is depend on your question paper. Okay, so don't be confused. इसलिए फ्रॉम दिस प्रायोरिटी शेड्यूलिंग ये सब जगह से क्वेश्चन स्पेशली पूछा जाता है क्योंकि स्टूडेंट विल कंफ्यूज. So first of all, I think now clear. Problem is clear. Process ID is given. Arrival time is given. Burst time is given. Priority is given. Now, so here two mode. One is a non-preemptive mode and preemptive mode. So first of all, we'll calculate non-preemptive mode. After that, same problem. That is same example we'll take and how non-preemptive mode. That means after that we'll calculate in non-preemptive mode. So first, sorry, preemptive mode. So first of all, priority preemptive and non-preemptive calculate the average waiting time and average turnaround time. So same process, okay. So we'll try to solve this problem. So now you see here. First of all, if you see the problem, P1, P2, P3, P4, and P5 processes are there. So again, we start same procedure, but here first of all we'll check when arrival time is 0, then how many processes are there in the ready queue. Yes, after that will after that because available processes are there, then we'll decide which process has priorities more. That process will execute first. So first of all, we'll check in a ready queue how many processes are there. After that, CPU will decide which process will execute first. So in the basis of priority. So priority is also given. So now, so if we start the problem, so first of all, what we'll do? Now, first of all, we prepare the Gantt chart. Okay. So first of all, we prepare the Gantt chart. So okay. So here you see, first of all, so when arrival time is 0, so which process will execute? Within the ready queue, only one process is there. Yes. So which process is there? When arrival time is 0, then which
P1.
P1. So P1 process will execute first. Yes. And another important line is here, non-preemptive mode. So non-preemptive mode means anyone can say what is the concept of non-preemptive mode?
Process completely execute.
Yes, that means once you will start the process execute, then completion. That means 4. So that means it P1 process has a burst time is 4. So 4 unit. So first of all completion. So P1 once process will execute start, then finish. After that any other process can execute. Yes. So after that any other process will execute. So once you will start the execution, so first of all that process will complete, then any other process will execute. So that's why P1 process will execute for 4 unit. So now we'll check. So now arrival now bus time is 4. So that means now we'll check in the ready queue how many processes are there. So now you tell me how many processes are there in the ready queue, because now arrival time is 4 already. Arrival time is 4. So how many processes are there?
3.
4, sir.
That means here all the processes are ready in the ready queue. P2, P3, P4 and P5, 4 processes. Yes. Now clear? That means
Yes, sir.
now in the ready queue, P2 process is also there. P2, P3, P4 and P5 processes are available in the ready queue. Yes. Now, now, now we'll check priority. क्योंकि when arrival time is 0, only one process is there, so no need to check what is this priority. So priority is no matter because only one process is there. Now after 4 millisecond or 4 unit time, 4 processes are there. Now we'll check which process will execute first. So on the basis of priority, now this algorithm actually we here will apply priority. So priority, which priority? That means which process has priority is more. Now anyone can say next which process will execute?
P4.
P4 because P4 and P5 is available. Okay, that means process has same priority. So now here one point I show you. In case of tie, it is broken by FC first come first. Okay, so that's why P4 process will execute for how many times? That means how much time?
So 9.
7.
His burst time is 5. Yes or no? So that's why कितना
Yes.
होगा?
So
9.
So 9.
Yes, very good. So now next which process will execute? Abhi next what will check? Only here only here priority will check. Which process's priority is more? That process will execute. That's enough. No need to check here any other thing. Arrival time or bus time. No need to check. Simply here we'll check the priority. Which process has priority is more? That process will execute first. So that means next process will which process will execute?
P5.
Very good. P5 process and P5 processes birth time is 2. So that's why we have written here that means 11. 11. Yes. Now, so next which process has priority is more? Which process
P3.
has priority is more? P3. Very good.
So P3.
Yes, very good. P3. So P3 processes a birth time is 1. Yes, 1. Next, next which process?
P2.
P2.
Very good. P2. So P2 processes watch time is 3. Yes. So that means कितना होगा? 15.
15.
Okay. So now I think complete. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So main now we can easily calculate turnaround time and average waiting time. Yes. Anyone have any doubt, please? Because this is the main important point. ये ज़्यादा important है. अगर ये चीज़ clear हो गया तो after that next same procedure. So how will prepare the Gantt chart? That is important. So anyone have any doubt, please ask.
सर एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए ना.
Sure, sure. So first of all, you go through the problem. If the CPU scheduling policy is priority non-preemptive, so calculate the average waiting time and average turnaround time. So now we are discussing priority non-preemptive mode. So priority, so first of all, one question will arise from you. So how will decide or CPU will decide which process will execute first on the basis of priority because scheduling algorithm is a priority scheduling. So First of all, here already mentioned in the question paper, higher number represents higher priority. So now you see 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is a higher number. So higher priority, which process, that means now if you see the question paper, P4 and P5 process, his priority is more. So in the basis of highest number, people will decide which process will execute first. This is the problem. So now we'll start from P1, because when arrival time is 0, only one process is ready in the ready queue or available in the ready queue. So that time no need to check priority because only one process is there. That's why P1 process will execute. So P1 process, and this is a non-preemptive mode. Non-preemptive mode means if process once process will execute, that means if start the execution of the process, then that process will finish. After that any other process will execute. अगर P1 प्रोसेस स्टार्ट हो गया एग्जीक्यूशन, जब तक वो कंप्लीट नहीं होगा, नो एनी अदर प्रोसेस विल एग्जीक्यूट. दिस इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ नॉन प्रीएम्प्टिव मोड. So that's why P1 process has burst time is 4. So that's why here 4, that means 0 to 4. So P1 process will complete. Now we'll check how many process is ready in the ready queue, because now 4 already 4 millisecond or 4 unit time is already over. So now we can check here when arrival time is 4. When arrival time is 4, then all other process are ready in the ready queue, already reach in the ready queue. Because when after 1 millisecond P2 process come, after P3, after 2 millisecond P3 process came, after 3 millisecond P4 process came, and after 4 millisecond, when arrival time is 4, then P5 process came. Okay, so in this way, so that means now when arrival time is 4, that means P2, P3 and P4 and P5 process is ready in the ready queue. Now because this algorithm is a priority scheduling, so that's why now we'll check. Now because 4 processes are there, now we'll check which process has priorities more. So now you check. So here if you see the example problem, so P4 and P5 process has priorities more because larger number, because here higher number, so 5. So that's why this process has priorities more. So now we know when two processes are there, then FCFS scheduling algorithm here we apply. So that's why P4 process will execute. So P4 process will execute for how many times? Now because here burst time is 5. So first of all P4 process will completion. When P4 process is complete, then next process will execute. Which process? The P5 process. So P5 process has burst time is 2. So now that's why 9 to 11. Next, which process will execute? Again, we will check. Now, which process has priority is more? Now, 4. So, 4 means P3 process. So, P3 process will execute for 1. So, P3 process will take only 1 millisecond. So, that's why this from 11 to 12. Now, again, we will check which process has priority. Only one process is left and its priority is 3. So, that process will execute and it will take 3 unit. So that's why P2 equals to 15. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So next what we'll do? Now simply we'll calculate the completion time. Completion time, easily we can calculate completion time. So here just we copy this one. So next we'll calculate completion time. You can also calculate easily. Just I'll show the. So here half. Next we'll calculate completion time. Completion time. Completion time, then we'll calculate turnaround time After that, we'll calculate waiting time. Waiting. So first of all, we'll calculate completion time. Just one by one, you tell me. Then turn around time, then waiting time. Okay. Okay. So now just you see the Gantt chart and you tell me which process completion time of P1. So P1 process will complete. You see this one. Uh, yes. So P1 process will complete. Completion time is
4.
4.
next. P2 process complete. Completion time of P2 process.
15. 15.
Very good. Then P3. P3 process.
So 12.
Very good.
12.
Yes. Then P4. P4 process.
9.
Next. Uh, next process. P5. Then P5 process.
11.
Very good. Okay, done. So now turnaround time. Turnaround time means completion time minus
Arrival.
Arrive time.
yes. Very good. So 4 minus 0, 15 minus 1, 14. Next 12 minus 2. That means 10. Then 9 minus 6, 9 minus 3. That means 6. And 11 minus 4. That means 7. So now waiting time. Waiting time is waiting time is
0, 4.
that means
P80
turnaround time
minus
minus
burst time.
burst time.
Burst
Very
time.
So that's why this value is 0. Then P2 process, P2 means 14 minus 3, 11. Then 10 minus 1, 9. Then 6 minus 5, 1. And 7 minus 2, 5. Yes, ठीक है. So now we can easily calculate average waiting time. So average waiting time is average waiting time 0 plus 11 plus 9 plus 1 plus 5 divided by 5 equals to 20, 21, 26.
5.2, sir.
Very good. 26 by 5 equals to 5.2 unit. Then average turnaround time equals to 4 plus 14 plus 10 plus 6 plus 7. Directly I can write here, but maybe if someone is follow, then you can understand actually how we'll calculate
So
average waiting time. This
41 by 5.
41 by 5. वेरी गुड. मैं कुछ कैलकुलेशन नहीं कर रहा, आप जो बोल रहे हैं वही लिख रहे हैं. सो दैट मीन्स नाउ 8.2.
2.
Yes, very good. So this is the priority scheduling preemptive mode, a non-preemptive mode. Okay, so non-preemptive priority scheduling. If anyone have any doubt, then once again ask me. Otherwise, next we'll discuss preemptive mode. Okay, so one problem is, if one process, that means one disadvantage is there, if lesser priority. Because if the process, maybe one process has priorities more, okay, so that process will execute first, and that process has burst time is more. That means maybe it will take long time. So which process has priorities more, so that process will execute after long time. That means waiting time is more, because maybe one process, suppose here priority process, which process is priority is more, now 5, that means P1 P4 process or P5 process. So that process will execute, that means it will take maybe 5 days or 5 years or maybe long time period. Okay, so that means all other process, that means next, that process has that means which process has priorities less, so that process will waiting for long time. So this is the disadvantage of this is priority scheduling, that means non-preemptive priority scheduling. Because one point is there, so maybe starvation occur, that means indefinite time. Maybe that process will execute priorities more, but that process will execute for indefinite time. So all other processes will also wait for indefinite time, and this is called, that is long time period. So this is a starvation problem. लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए उसको वेट करना पड़ेगा. यस, इंडेफिनेट टाइम नहीं बोलेंगे, लेकिन लॉन्ग टाइम पीरियड के लिए, देन इट इज अ स्टारवेशन. Okay, so I think no one have any doubt.
सर
Yes, yes.
सर प्रायोरिटी शेड्यूलिंग का डिसएडवांटेज का सेकंड पॉइंट जो था
हाँ,
ऊपर की तरफ, एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे.
क्या है देखते हैं.
सर वो रिस्पांस टाइम और वेटिंग टाइम करके कुछ था.
अच्छा, देयर इज नो आइडिया ऑफ रेस्पॉन्स टाइम एंड वेटिंग टाइम. वेरी सिंपल. क्यों कि इज डिपेंड ऑन प्रायोरिटी. ओके, so one process, so response time means
सर पहली बार जब सीपीयू मिलता है प्रोसेस को,
पहली बार जब सीपीयू मिलता है, तो इसका आइडिया नहीं कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज इट्स डिपेंड ऑन बिकॉज सपोज वन प्रोसेस प्रायोरिटी इज मोर एंड दैट प्रोसेस विल एग्जीक्यूट फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम. ठीक है, तो इसमें और दैट मीन्स इज डिपेंड ऑन प्रायोरिटी. वन प्रोसेस इज एग्जीक्यूट, तो लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए वेट करना पड़ेगा. तो कब उसको मिलेगा इसका कोई अंदाजा नहीं रहता. वही चीज यहाँ पे मेंशन कर रहे हैं कि उसका कुछ
सर लेकिन अराइवल टाइम तो इन केस अराइवल टाइम अलग है. सपोज टाइम 1 पर एक ही प्रोसेस आया है, तो सर फिर तो प्रायोरिटी का कुछ वैल्यू नहीं रहेगा सर, अगर एक टाइम पे एक ही प्रोसेस आ रहा तो.
यस, इफ ओनली वन.
सर हम लोग डिटरमाइन नहीं कर सकते रिस्पांस टाइम पर.
नहीं, अगर ओनली वन प्रोसेस ही है तब तो कोई बातें नहीं है. तो ऑल अदर प्रोसेसर वो तब तो वहाँ पे रेडी क्यों. देखो, जब यहाँ पे टाइम पीरियड तो बढ़ रहा है ना. मान लीजिए वन प्रोसेस विल एग्जीक्यूशन तो हो रहा है. मान लीजिए आफ्टर 1 millisecond another process will come, after 2 another process, after 4 another process, आफ्टर 5 another process। तो प्रोसेस तो आते रहेगा, ठीक है, प्रोसेस आते रहेगा, लेकिन वहाँ पे कब मिलेगा चांस उसका गारंटी नहीं रहेगा उसमें। बोलिए और कुछ अगर आपके तरफ से कुछ लग रहा है तो यू कैन आस्क मी।
नहीं सर, ठीक है।
और एक काम करना, जो थ्योरी बुक है यू कैन गो थ्रू, ठीक है, थ्योरी बुक गैल्विन गैल्विन का बुक है, तो थ्योरी बुक को पढ़ना, बहुत सारी चीज क्लियर होता है, ठीक है, क्योंकि हम लोग न्यूमेरिकल ठीक है डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, ओके फाइन, बट थ्योरी बुक्स अगर पढ़ेंगे आपको थियोरेटिकल मतलब बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। तो उसमें क्या होता है कि समटाइम्स वी आर गेट, हम लोग का भी बेनिफिट होता है एज ए टीचर, बिकॉज टीचर टीचिंग इज अ लर्निंग प्रोसेस। आप भी पढ़ेंगे, देन सम यू हैव सम डाउट, देन विल डिस्कस, मे बी समटाइम्स आई एम रॉन्ग, so that time we can discuss. So this is a good, so if you people are go through the book and you follow the textbook, then will be benefited, I think, ठीक है, क्योंकि बुक में बहुत और डिटेल्स में है, समटाइम्स स्किप, मेरा भी स्किप हो सकता है, मे बी यू विल गो थ्रू, देन वी कैन डिस्कस, so then class will be also interactive, and that is, then all other students will also be benefited। तो डिस्कशन मोड में ही क्लास हो जितना उतना अच्छा, समटाइम्स मे बी रॉन्ग, it's not necessary कि every time I will be that means right, sometimes you also right, if you go through the textbook, then वो होता है कि हमारा भी ज़्यादा वो होता है, ठीक है, तो ये अच्छा है। So next again I will start, so I think remaining time is 1 millisecond, तो मैं stop करता हूँ, again will start another क्या बोलते हैं, another non preemptive mode, so after 5 minutes we can start next, okay, so after 5 minutes we
Okay, sir.
rejoin, okay, just 5 minutes, wait for 5 minutes, so again you will rejoin, okay।